the New Orleans Talk Network, and Dr. G, the Money Coach, on the Money Factor every Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Questions about your finances, facts, and fishing? Join the New Orleans Talk Network and Dr. G, the Money Coach, on the Money Factor every Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Questions about your finances, facts, and fishing? Join the New Orleans Talk Network and Dr. G, the Money Coach, on the Money Factor every Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Welcome to the Money Factor with Dr. G. I'm so excited to have you join us on tonight. We have an excellent show coming for you tonight with special guest Charles Phillips, the finance manager. Our topic of discussion, car buying tips. He's going to teach us and tell us the tips, the steps we need to take to be perfect car buyers. So listen. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the Money Factor and Dr. G, the Money Coach.
Are you struggling with debt collectors? Scared to answer the phone? Order Dr. G's Man Survival Kit and learn how to stop creditors. Visit www.ygliv.com or call 800-705-6840. Pedro, uno dinero. The U.S. dollar will collapse. Learn why you should buy physical silver and gold. Order Dr. G's P3. Plan, prepare, protect. Visit www.ygliv.com or call 800-705-6840. Identity theft is the #1 crime of the century. Protect your identity and visit lifelock.com. Use code LIV to receive a 10% discount or call Dr. G at 800-705-6840. Starting a church? Did you know churches do not have to be 501c3? For more information, visit www.ygliv.com or call Dr. G at 800-705-6840. Don't just get noticed, be remembered. Turn your business or event into a purple cow. Call Dr. G at 800-705-6840. Help Dr. G TV educate and share biblical principles to end-time prosperity and financial security. Donate now at www.ygliv.com or call 800-705-6840. Thank you for sharing with Dr. G and Living in Victory Ministries. Are you struggling with debt collectors? Scared to answer the phone? Or
Hey, remember we have a special guest tonight. Our topic of discussion is car buying tips. And because we are the Money Factor, I always want to bring you some facts about our topic of discussion. So tonight, I want to share a couple of things with you about car buying that is a known fact. According to Business and Money, 39% of Latinos and 32% of blacks reported attempts to negotiate their interest rate, and only 22% of white responders. Yet, Latino and African American buyers continue to receive a two-digit higher interest rate. Why is that? Charles is going to tell us what that is all about. Then, Business Money also shares with us. He says, you have to make sure that the car company you're purchasing your vehicle with is a car company or organization of integrity. So you want to check that out. And then they said the reason why African Americans and Latinos are charged a higher interest rate in purchasing their cars is because African Americans and Latinos usually operate from an income of $25,000 a year versus Caucasians with an income of $100,000 a year. So we're going to bring Charles in, who is a finance manager for one of the top auto industries out here today, and he's going to tell us if these stats match up or not. And one more fact I want to share with you guys. I thought this was very interesting, and I think you'll like it too. What cars are most likely to be pulled over by the police? Old vehicles with expensive tires like a Lexus, Infiniti, Cadillac, Denali, and a Hummer 2. And watch this, a vehicle that costs more than $50,000 and a teenager or a college student is driving that vehicle, the police is more likely to pull them over. So you might want to get rid of those expensive tires. You might want to get rid of those shaded windows, tinted windows, the dark windows. That draws attention of the popo. Anyways, I'll be right back, Dr. G. Don't leave. Mr. Phillips is coming in right after this, and we're going to talk about car buying tips. I'll be right back. Okay, he's gone to commercial. You can come on in, and we're getting ready for you. Hi, everyone. Are you tired of being denied because of your credit always being turned down? Are you ready to go from denial to approval, looking for that perfect credit application? Want to grow your credit score to a 730 or higher? Move from a low score to a high score? Want to live in victory in your life? Order now Dr. G's Step-by-Step Credit Repair Workbook for just $9.99 at www.ygliv. Get ready to join the Live Squad Gold Diggers and Dr. G, the Money Coach, for a 2-day VIP boot camp. That's right, 2 days of hard work, grinding hard, business development, business branding, business funding, fun, food, and music. Learn how to grow your business and sales in the fabulous city of New Orleans, September 22nd through the 23rd. Join Dr. G and the fabulous Jackie Dawson, sales coach, as she teaches you how to grow sales and increase volume in your business. Yes, join Dr. G and Byron Clark, tax specialist and accountant, who will teach you the proper way to structure your business. Join them now. Register at www.ygliv.com. Why they get mad with 45?
I'm gonna get with you so how I'm gonna get some of this.
Y'all ready? Yeah. All right, Dr. G, the money coach, is back, and we're here with the Money Factor. Our special guest tonight is Mr. Charles Phillips with Premier Automotive. He has over 40 years of car experience. He's owned his own dealership. He's been in the car management business, and he's one of the top finance managers here in the South. Charles, welcome to the Money Factor. We want to welcome you. We hope you enjoyed the show on today. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, you said I've been in the business right at 40 years and started off as a salesperson and went all the way up to owning my own store by the grace of God. And I am still in the business, and I think that how I look at this business is a ministry for me. I am here to help people who cannot think they cannot be helped.
You said this is a ministry to you, so then this must mean you are saved. Something is going on with you, because only saved people talk like that.
Absolutely, I'm saved. Absolutely. Yes, indeed.
Okay. Charles is an ordained minister as well. So he says this is a ministry for him that he is in the car business, because most people, Charles, you know, the car dealerships y'all are not known as.
That's correct.
Y'all not people's friends.
Well, it's supposed to be known as a kind of sleazy business. I understand that, but you know, you do not have to lie to people today to get them to buy cars. All you do is tell them the truth and let them make their own minds up.
Good. So then we want to share some stats we had tonight. This is the Money Factor. So I always try to bring facts in on the show so that our listeners and our viewers can get the facts. And then we ask our specialists that we bring on the show to share with us your views, your experiences, and how much of these particular research surveys are actually true. How much of it can we actually relate to in our everyday lives? And one of those is there a disparity between consumers who are African Americans, Latinos, and Caucasians? Is there any redlining going on?
Well, here is what's really going on. It's not necessarily, it just so happens that blacks, Hispanics, are not quite aware of their credit. So as a young person coming up, we have made mistakes that have caused us to have what we call bruised credit. And as a result, that credit report will just put you in a category because it's done by FICO scores. Your scores will land you in a particular category, not necessarily your color. It just so happens that we are not conscious of what we have done when we're young.
Right.
I was talking to you about college kids. College kids get all these credit cards and all, and they just run them up and not realize, and they don't pay them, and they bruise their credit. As a result, when they come out of college, professional people,
yes,
their scores are low, and as a result, they get really high interest rates.
So it really doesn't have anything to do with me being African American.
I'm not going to say that may not play a part in it in some dealerships.
Okay.
I'm not going to say that that's not true. Yes, I've seen that happen. Yeah, when you even have decent credit, that if you're not aware, if you don't have any knowledge of what you're doing, you could be put in a higher interest rate bracket when you should be getting a lower rate.
Then you should be getting a lower rate.
Yes.
So the challenge, what would stop, say, a Latino or African American, what would stop us from getting a better rate when we truly qualify? What stops us? Either that wall, is it put up by the dealership, or is it put up by the consumer?
The consumer has to be knowledgeable.
Okay.
That's the thing that will stop you. I mean, you have to know about your credit. You have to know about FICO scores. you have to know what's a good score, and a good score today is you want to be above 700. That's your goal. If you can maintain a 700 Isaac score, you can go to any dealership anywhere in the country and demand the best possible rates there are. You don't have to settle. You can demand that. If there's 0% interest, you get it. If it's 1.9, you get it. I mean, you can demand that if you have a 700 and above Isaac score. So that's what you want to really work on and be able to get what you deserve.
That's good. That's good. So then, listen, if you want to ask Charles a question about buying a car and getting that car financed, dial 504-341-8255. 504-341-8255. And we will answer your question. You can ask Charles live here on the show whatever questions you may have about a particular car purchase deal you may have already experienced. Maybe you're about to buy a car and you really need to know the process so that you don't walk into some of the traps that may be set up, not so much necessarily the dealership, but sometimes based on the consumer's knowledge or ignorance to what's available to you as a consumer. Right. Correct?
Correct. I am associated with a man who is a Christian who owns 20 dealerships.
Awesome.
He believes in actually being honest and forthright. You can't work for him. Matter of fact, we just took over a store, one of his stores, our group now, which is trying to bring up the attitude, the personality, and the community awareness that we are doing things decently in order and of the highest integrity. And that is Premier Honda. It is in New Orleans East on I-10 Service Road. And there are 20 other stores that he owns that we can get you involved in. And every finance manager and every sales manager, even the GM, will treat you with integrity. And how you can tell that is you go online and you see the things that people are saying about that store now, how it has come from 0 all the way to the number 4th store in the area.
Wow, awesome, awesome. So you guys are pretty up to date on analysis, surveys, and
Facebook,
different statistics.
Twitter.
Very socially
yes, absolutely.
Active.
Very socially active. And we want you to get the best. And it just doesn't have to be our store. Any one of the stores that you see something that you like, we can help you. And if you want to come to me, you can. And we can do that out of all the stores that we have in our group.
Excellent, excellent. So, Charles, tell me, what are some of the issues that may arise or show up when a consumer comes to purchase a car? And basically, from statistics and surveys, we see it's African Americans and Latinos who are struggling with getting the better financing, the better interest rates. What are some of those red flags that show up that may stop them from getting the best interest rate or even getting the best car? And listen, guys, call in right now, 504-341-8255. That's 504-341-8255. This is your opportunity to ask whatever question you want so that you can make a sound decision when it comes to purchasing your particular vehicle that you would like to buy and make your dream come true. So, Charles, tell us, what are some of those issues that we find become a challenge to get the best interest rate?
Okay, I'm going to walk you through from step 1 through step 10 to the completion.
Okay.
If you have bruised credit.
So what is bruised credit?
Bruised credit
right
is
quick.
people who have what we call a score from anywhere from between 490 to 640.
Okay.
That's bruised credit.
490 to 640.
Right.
Now, you want to know what's amazing? I just had a real estate broker in here last week, and she was able to get someone a first-time home with a credit score of 5, I think she said 525 or 535.
Let me tell you the difference.
Okay, tell us the difference.
A home,
how can I get a home but I can't buy a car?
You cannot move a home.
Okay.
You can take a car and go to California or New York, and they will never hear from you again. It's a movable object. It's a movable asset. A home is an asset that you cannot move.
Okay, so that's one of the, say, qualifiers there that determine, or the determinants that say your credit score is more contingent on the fact that you can take the car and move, which means it costs a dealership or the finance company, because the dealer gets his check immediately, right?
Yes.
So the finance company or the bank or the credit union are now the ones who are having to deal with this debt, that if it's not paid, they now have to spend money
to go find it,
to go find the vehicle, to repossess it. Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
Listen, call in, ask your questions, 504-341-8255. That's 504-341-8255. We want to hear from you. Let's go to the next step.
So if you are that, you're in that category, no problem. Look, bad things happen to good people. I want you to know that right offhand. You can still get a car, but you have to do just like anything else. You have to work at repairing it. And buying an automobile is one of the fastest ways that if you get that automobile and you pay on it on time for the first year, your score could possibly go up 98 points. So then if you are a 590, that gets you up to almost a 700 in a year's time. But paying that bill costs, now I got to say this to you, you have to pay everything else too. You can't just pay the car note and leave everything else to go. You have to pay all your bills, and if you do that and pay your car note, your scores will go up. But if you come to a dealership like ours, like Premier Honda or our automotive group, we have lenders that will finance you. Yes, I must tell you, I cannot assure you that you will not pay a higher rate, but here is what you will do. You will get a absolutely great automobile with warranty and all that will operate and you will be proud of, and that you'll start on the way of repairing your credit in that area, because most of us need transportation to get back and forth to work. So
a car is considered a need today, right?
Yes. And so what we will do is we will help you to get that, and there isn't very many people that will come to us that we will not be able to get approved. And this is no smoke. We can do that. We specialize in that, and we specialize in helping you get the best possible car for the dollar. If you go on our website, you see our prices are about $2,000 lower than most of our competition.
Very good. Y'all still heard he said how much lower?
About $2,000 lower.
About $2,000.
And the owner wants it that way. We have something that we're doing, I'm not going to tell you, that is special, that we're able to get the cars in at a much, much lower price.
Excellent. I want you to explain. I get a lot of people who will call me and say, Dr. G, I purchased the car. I can't afford the car anymore. Or they had an accident. The car was totaled, and they had gap insurance. Okay. Can you please expound a little bit on the gap insurance? Because I'm finding for a lot of consumers, when they get a challenge with the car where the car has to be turned in, or like I said, it's been totaled, Gap has not covered the difference in their financing. Meaning when, as you said, due to bruised credit, you may end up with a predatory lender, meaning you'll get a high interest rate, right? Okay. Which means the car, you may be a little upside down, right?
Well, most times if you buy a car, you are going to be upside down if you don't put about 40% down.
So it doesn't matter if your credit is good or not.
Yeah, it's, if you put 40% of the money down, you know, the lenders don't like paying for tax title licenses. That's just a gimme. So if your tax title license is $2,000, that you need down just to be at par. Now, the rest of the money that you get has to go toward down payment on the car, you see. So that's about 40%. So if you are that way, you're going to be in a negative equity position. You need gap coverage. Gap coverage pays off the difference between what you owe and what the insurance company will not pay. But let me just say this to you. I don't know of any gap coverage that actual legitimate dealerships have that does not pay the amount off. They will pay up to $50,000 difference.
I've had clients come to me and say the gap insurance did not cover the difference in their payoff and the balance of the loan. In other words, if the insurance company gave you $10,000 and the balance of the loan was $5,000, gap may have covered $3,000, or gap may have covered $4,000 or $4,500, but gap did not cover it all. So help us to understand. And if they find themselves in that position, what is their recourse?
Here is why most of us find ourselves in that position.
Okay.
Gap does not pay late payments.
Okay.
If you're late on your payments and your car gets totaled, they will pay everything except the late payments.
What if you paid your late fees?
Well, if you are not late, they will pay everything. But if you are late, Gap will not pay those late payments and those late fees. That's the normal catch. If you read your Gap policy, most of them will say that.
Okay.
But if you go to a legitimate dealership, most of those Gap policies will pay off not only your negative equity, but it also will pay off whatever your deductible is.
Okay. So I guess the challenge that also comes into play is financiers will allow people sometimes to put a note on the back end, right?
Yes.
They will say, you can't afford it, let's let you catch up. You're 2 months behind. We don't want you to get into 3 months behind, so we're going to put a note into the back end of your loan, and you'll pay that when it gets closer to paying the loan off. But in the meanwhile, if something happens and that car gets into a collision and the car has to be totaled out, right, which is the terminology we use.
Yes.
Then that may be one of the challenges that consumer's not being told, that we won't pay your late fees and we won't pay any notes that financer agreed to push to the back.
Right. Well, that's what that is in normal cases.
Right. Right?
Yeah, that's in normal cases. Yes.
Okay. Listen, don't forget, we're going to go to commercial in about 1 more minute. Call in, ask your questions, guys. I know you're out there. I know you have questions. I know some of you have had some bad experiences. I've got one of the best here tonight, and he's not just in Louisiana. He can help you if you're in California,
New York, Texas. We have stores all around the country.
All over the country, and he's one of the top finance managers, and he's saved, so he's compelled to do the right thing. So give us a call, 504-341-8255, 504-341-8255. Listen, we'll be right back after this commercial. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I want to fix this so people can see you. Push up because you're too far back. Yeah. All right, they're in commercial. So now you guys can see him better. Do you guys have any questions? See if they have any questions.
On Thursdays, as we trade having fun and making money, right from our living rooms, in the comfort of our own homes. Come join us. as we live, listen, and learn how to wisely spend and invest the money we earn. Learn how to become a serialpreneur and an omnipreneur. Learn how to start an enterprise owning 7 businesses, not just one business. Become a purple cow and be remembered, not just noticed. Create a minimum of 7 streams of income. Learn how to make money from your phone with gold and trading. Learn how to invest in real estate and raw land without contemporary lending. Learn how to invest in precious metals like silver and gold. Learn how to invest in oil wells and do everything big like Texas. Learn how to take your credit score from a low 350 to a high 750. All this for just $9.99 a month. Well, what are you waiting for? Time is money. Click the link now.
As soon as that music goes off. What's the best time? Call in, guys. Call in, hungry, call in. All right, we're back with the Money Factor, Dr. G, and our special guest, Charles Phillips with Premier Automotive. He is the top finance guy out here. He's helping us better understand the car buying process. We were just now talking about GAP. Hey, if you have questions, this is your opportune time. Give us a call, 504-341-82555. 504-341-82555. If my producer could put that number up for me, that would be great. So, Charles, we were talking about gap insurance. We were talking about interest rates, and we were talking about the differences of why Latinos and African Americans get a different rate than Caucasians get. And we were talking about, so some of the questions that have come in or are being asked is, when is a good time to buy a car? Is this a fallacy, I guess I should say. And that is, it is being said the best time to purchase a car is at the end of the month because car dealers have quotas they must meet and making sure that you sell a particular amount of cars. Is that a fallacy?
Well, here, it's not necessarily a fallacy, but it's not really. It used to be more when I initially got into the business early on in the 70s and 80s. We did that a lot. But today, the competition is so strong between all of the manufacturers until today we are always at the end of the month, even at the first of the month. So you can get a great deal at the beginning of the month as well as you can at the end of the month. I would say that you would do some research, know somebody that you feel comfortable with that will help you. I want to go back to one of the things, though,
okay,
of what we're talking about interest rate. There have been some misuse in the country against blacks, Hispanics. There really has.
Been some redlining.
And as a result, some of the national lenders, I'm not going to call any names, but pretty much all of them have been checked by the federal government.
Okay.
And here is what's happening, audience. Most lenders are going with a flat rate. Now, let me explain to you what that means for you. It's good for you that that's happening.
Okay.
The split. A split is that a dealer will say if you deserve a 3.5% interest rate. The split in the state of Louisiana, maximum is 2 percentage points. So then if you if you're credit worthy enough to get a 3.5% interest rate, a dealer can mark it up 2 percentage points, not any more than that. So if you deserve a 16% interest rate, he can mark it up 2 percentage points to 18%. That's the maximum they can charge you on a new car. On a used car, it's 28% maximum in the state of Louisiana. You know, so what I'm saying to you now is...
Wait, back that up. Go back to the used car. How much is it on the used car?
28% in the state of Louisiana. That's the cap.
That's the markup?
That's the maximum that they can charge you.
That's the
for
max
interest.
they can charge you.
But they can't mark it up no more than 2%. If it's 26, they can mark it up to 28.
And that's on a used car. And what's on a new car?
Well, the maximum markup is a 2 percentage points no matter whether you buy a new or used car.
Gotcha.
But the rates are different.
Okay.
A new car maximum interest rate, if you are not credit worthy enough, is 18%.
Okay.
That is what you will pay if you have bruised credit, 4, 5, 6, 500 in the 500s or the 600s, something like that. You will get an 18%. That's what a dealer will get you. Now, if you like me and you come and see me, I'm working for a rate much better than that. I will call the folk that I know. I will talk to all of the lenders that I know and get you and say, listen, we send you a lot of business. This person, I want to get them a better rate than 18%. Let's see what you can do for me. Okay, and so that's how I work for most of my people, and everybody in my organization does the same thing. Okay, so we can do that, and sometimes we can parlay and help you, but what you deserve may be 18, but what we can get you, we'll try to help you to get it lower. Now, a flat rate is a bank fee. That means if you deserve a 3.50, we can't mark it up. We have to give you the 3.50.
So you said deserve. I'm listening to the key words. Deserve. How do I know I deserve?
If you have a 700 Isaac score or better.
Gotcha.
It's all about score.
What's an Isaac score?
It is your credit score.
Okay.
That's what an Isaac score is.
And
you have 3 bureaus.
Okay.
You have Experian, you have TransUnion, and you have Equifax.
Yes.
So all 3 of those bureaus, some banks take Experience. If your score is higher on Experience, you get the better rate. If it's higher on Equifax, you get a better rate. And if it's higher on TransUnion, it just depends on the lenders. And we have lenders that take all 3. So if we can't get you good with one, we will put you with another.
So let's recap, because this is the money factor. I like the facts to be straight and very clear. It is contingent on the lender.
What bureau they use?
What bureau that lender uses.
Yes.
So if the lender uses Equifax and TransUnion has a better rate, that lender is going to go with Equifax because that's the bureau that lender uses.
Some of the major lenders will do that. They will use the best score. But if they don't, if that customer, and at that time the lender is not using that, we can go to lenders that use that particular bureau only.
That use that bureau only,
right?
Or that formula. So what you're saying is you will determine which process would best fit that particular customer.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I like that. That's fair, guys.
So what I'm saying to everybody out there, the day is coming and very soon that it doesn't matter who you are, what race you are, or even what credit score you are, your rate will be just the same as everybody else. Most lenders are going to that now.
So most lenders are going to go to a flat rate.
Right, so that they won't get sued as a result of, as you call it, redlining.
Yes. Well, that's a term we use, especially when we find that there is a particular market that a particular race or, say, a particular neighborhood has been signaled out or outlined out that they will not be treated fairly as everyone else. So we will call that a specific term so that we'll know what particular crime is being committed. And it's not always necessarily discrimination against race. Sometimes it's discrimination against neighborhood, location, that discrimination may come about. So I'm optimistic then. I'm optimistic that you guys are beginning to look at a flat rate. And then, so then my next question would be, that flat rate would be determined the way the not necessarily the credit scores, but I guess you could say if the scores are between 450 and 550, they would get this rate. If the score is between 600 and 700, they would get this rate. And
right.
If the score is 750 to 850, they would get this rate.
And everybody who has that score will get the same rate.
I like that. When is that going to happen?
It's happening now.
It's happening now. Oh,
it's
that's
happening
good
now.
news. It's happening now. Okay. Excellent. That's happening now. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it.
At our store, we have several of our banks that we don't
Why
do
are the
any
credits
markup.
showing on the screen?
So, are we off?
No. We have about 5 more minutes before we go to break, Charles. I want to get into some infographic information that we found as well, and I want our listeners to walk away before we close the show. I want you started a 10-step process by which you were explaining to us how we should go about buying a car.
Okay. First of all, you come to a dealership. You can look online first and look and see the cars that you like. Most times we have prices on the cars already. We have some of the lowest prices in the area. You pick that car out, come in and see me. We will take a customer statement on you, a credit app. We will tell you where you stand. Once we do that, we will send it in to the lender. We will get that credit app or that person approved. You will tell us how much money you have down. We will, when you down payment always is an issue. It helps you bring your note down. If you don't have down payment and you really need a car, we will still work with you. But down payment always help. But
So down payment is your strength.
in your strength.
So
Let me give you a formula about that.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Every $1,000 you put down, you can take this to the bank. It lowers your payment approximately $20.
So you heard that, guys? It's almost like buying a house. For every $1,000 you put down, it will reduce your note by $20.
And every $1,000 you add on will raise your payments by $20.
And every $1,000 you add on will raise your payment by $20. Well, I think this was major right here for those of you who are just joining us. Charles said, if you don't put at least 40% down on your car, whether you're black, white, Chinese, Latino, you can look at having what we might consider upside down. You're going to be that way regardless. Now, some of you may be upside down by 10,000. Some of you may be upside down by 2,000 or 1,000. But his point is, if you're not putting down 40% or more, you can expect to be a little upside down either way, and race has nothing to do with it. That's just the process of buying a car and getting that car financed.
Yes.
Am I right about
Yes.
that?
Yes. And that includes tax, title, licenses also when I say that. Once you add all the tax, title, licenses, you can put 1,000 is for actually bringing the principal down.
Excellent. And then so you were talking about what are the other steps?
Yeah, well, and so once you do that, you come in, you get the car, you look online, you come in, you give us an application, tell us what you're going to put down. We get it approved. We'll let you know what your payments are going to be and all before you even do anything. And the next thing is take the car. What I would say to you is if you're on a tight budget, you want a car that has warranty, and I'm talking about factory warranty. I'm not talking about warranty that comes from a credit union. That's a paper warranty. That's not a manufacturer warranty. I mean, because they don't actually cover but about I say they put in rebuilt parts. They don't put in new parts, and that can ruin the warranty that you have. So you want to get a manufacturer warranty that will work no matter where you are, even in Hawaii or Alaska.
So wait a minute. Boy, I tell you what, I have, I sold cars, Charles, about, I don't tell my age, but I sold cars about, I don't know, maybe 30 years ago. And I'm sure things have changed tremendously since I sold cars. But what I do want to ask you is break that down a little bit more, because you said if you make sure you get the manufacturer warranty. Now, there's a specific warranty that comes with the vehicle.
Yes, for 3 years or 36,000 miles. Most cars will warranty your car for that length of time. Now, that's when you get a brand new car.
That's right.
But if folk today are not able to get a brand new car, they want to get a late model used car. The average, because most of us drive between 12 to 15,000 miles per year.
Okay.
So if you have a new car for 2 years, you've put 30,000 miles on that car.
Okay.
So, and you turn it in, you trade it in, that's a good trade-in. That's a good car for someone to buy. But the warranty from the manufacturer, it's just about up. You only have about 5,000 or 6,000 miles left. Okay. So you have to upgrade that warranty.
Okay. So do you upgrade the warranty? You're saying upgrade the warranty through the dealer?
Yes.
Through the dealer,
Yes.
But it would be a manufacturer warranty opposed to getting the warranty from your credit union or your bank or whoever's financing your car.
Right, because Honda sells a warranty, Toyota sells a warranty, Ford sells a warranty. They have their own warranties. But if you're buying a used car from us and you're buying like a non-Honda, we can also put a Honda warranty on there. But we also have the state of Louisiana that governs that. And we have some warranties that are absolutely great that we call LDS and First Extended. These are people like that have warranties that are really, really great, that they will be good at any dealership no matter what. They usually give you a loaner car if they can't fix it while you wait. And if you're more than 150 miles away from home, they reimburse you up to $125 a night for a hotel.
Oh, wow, cool. Listen, we're going to commercial break. We'll be right back, and Charles is going to give you his information for those of you who are interested in purchasing a car. He's the man. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere now. All right, we're almost done. Hi there, Tasha. Who's over here? Hi, guys. Are you enjoying the show? I only see one color, hearts. Come on, I'm trying to get shows that's going to help you guys so you can make sound decisions. Thank you. Thank you. Sound. Preachers I've met that's literally talking about precious metals. So I'm excited about that. That we have lined up. I really am. I'm very excited. Thank you. I'm so grateful for you guys supporting me and listening in. It's important. So we're getting ready to come back.
Questions about your finances, facts, and fishing? Join the New Orleans Talk Network and Dr. G, the Money Coach, on The Money Factor every Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Join Dr. G, the Money Coach, on the next Money Factor with her special guest, Chief Apostle Lucas Leonard. Yes, the two of them will come together on next Monday to discuss silver. That's right, pure silver, straight from the mines of the silver mines, and gold.
Good morning,
Carat bullion.
and welcome to LIV
Dr.
with Dr.
G, the money coach.
That's right.
And the
Living
chief
in
apostle,
victory, the place
Leonard
where we
Lucas,
live, listen,
as they
and learn
discuss the
how to wisely
unexpected
invest the
collapse
money
of the
we
U.S.
earn.
dollar.
Last week we
How
discussed
the value
Shemitah.
of gold
Today,
and silver shall rise. Are you ready? Join them next Monday, July 31st. Dr. G and the Money Factor. Live, live, listen, learn how to wisely spend the money you earn.
And I mean, I gotta hit it and quit it. We had 2 minutes in.
Well, we are back, and listen, I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. I surely did. Charles gave some very fruitful information, and before we leave, I want him to provide you his contact information one more time. Charles, tell them how they can get in touch with you. Remember, he's not just in Louisiana, he's in Texas, he's in California, he's in several other states. So, Charles, tell our audience, how do we get in touch with you?
Well, of course, Charles Phillips at Premier. It's C. Phillips at Premier Auto Group. That is my email address. My telephone number is 504-245-1777. That's the business. I don't mind you calling myself, 504-236-1908. Text me, because I answer texts better than I do calls, okay? And we're located on I-10 and the service road right at the Bullet exit. And that is Premier Auto Group at Premier Honda.
All right, gang, that's it. Listen, if you want more on car buying tips, go to the website, www.ygliv.com. Dr. G, the money coach. I have car buying tips for you. I'll see you on next Monday with Chief Apostle Leonard Lucas, and we will be discussing precious metals. Good night. Have a blessed night.
(777) 504-236-1908, and I'm at Premier Honda in New Orleans East. Okay?
All right.
Questions about your finances, facts, and fishing? Join the New Orleans Talk Network and Dr. G, the Money Coach, on the Money Factor every Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Questions about your finances, facts, and fishing? Join the New Orleans Talk Network and Dr. G, the Money Coach, on the Money Factor every Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.